All right, today we're cracking open a secret. I'm talking about something that old-time farmers practically kept under lock and key. A really simple, natural ingredient that can totally transform the health and, honestly, the happiness of your flock. You know the feeling, right? You look out at your flock and you wonder, why are some of my hens just bursting with energy, laying these perfect eggs, while others just look, well, defeated? It's such a common frustration, and it really does feel like you're missing a key piece of the puzzle. Well, the farmer whose story we're following today, he felt the exact same way. He was on this long search for that one secret ingredient. And what he found? It wasn't some complex chemical or a super expensive feed. Nope, it was something way more basic, way more powerful.
So let's dive into it. This is that forgotten farmer's secret, a piece of wisdom that, you'll see, connects right back to the land itself.
Okay, so here it is. The secret is molasses. Yeah, that thick, dark, sweet syrup. People often call it black gold, and believe me, there's a really good reason for that. This stuff can literally transform the energy, the health, and the productivity of your birds.
But hold on, before we jump into all the amazing benefits, we really need to understand what molasses is, because I guarantee it's probably not what you think.
So simply put, molasses is what's left over after sugar is taken out of sugarcane. The farmer's grandfather had this amazing name for it. He called it the soul of the sugarcane. And that's just perfect, right? Because it's where all the good stuff, all the beneficial minerals get concentrated. And this right here, this is the crucial difference. It's so easy to just dismiss molasses as, oh, it's just sugar. But that could not be further from the truth. Think about it. White sugar is basically stripped of everything. It's just empty energy. Molasses, on the other hand, holds on to all those vital minerals that the sugarcane plant literally pulled from the soil. It's a total powerhouse of nutrients.
So, okay, what does this nutrient-packed black gold actually do for your hens? This, my friends, is where it gets really, really exciting.
I mean, look at this list. The benefits are huge. We're talking instant energy and warmth, better digestive health, superior egg quality, stress relief, and even hydration. And it can even help them get through their molt faster. So yeah, let's break each of these down.
Okay, first up, instant energy. Seriously, think of it like high-octane fuel for your flock. The farmer tells this story about a brutal winter where his hens were just miserable, listless, all puffed up against the cold, and egg production, it dropped to zero. Giving them molasses, he said, was like flipping a switch. It just turned on this internal motor that helped them generate their own warmth and fight off that deep exhaustion. And this whole energy thing is perfectly captured in the story of his hen, Clothild. She was really weak after an illness, and just a little bit of molasses in her water brought her right back. He said seeing that sparkle return to her eyes, that was all the proof he needed. It's a direct, you can see it with your own eyes kind of boost.
Now that energy boost is also tied to their digestive health. A hen's system is pretty complex, and molasses acts as this gentle, natural laxative. It just keeps things moving along, helping to flush out toxins and prevent blockages, all without any harsh chemicals. And a clean system? Well, that means they can absorb all the other nutrients from their food so much better.
And what happens when they absorb nutrients better? You guessed it, superior egg quality. So many of us know that frustration of finding soft, fragile, or even broken shells. That's usually a sign they're not getting enough calcium, right? Which is the main building block for a strong shell. Well, here's the magic. Molasses is packed with minerals like calcium that are bioavailable. That's a fancy way of saying it's in a form their bodies can actually absorb and use easily. And the result? Incredibly strong shells and these richer, more colorful yolks. You can literally see and feel the difference. It's amazing.
But it's not just about the physical stuff. Molasses also helps with a hen's overall well-being. The B vitamins in it help to balance their nervous system. I mean, how valuable is that during stressful times, like when you have to move the coop? And then on those scorching hot summer days, the electrolytes, especially potassium, act like a natural sports drink for them. It encourages them to drink and helps them stay properly hydrated.
Okay, so by now you're probably sold on the benefits, right? But listen, how you use molasses is every bit as important as why you use it. Getting the method right is absolutely key. The method from our expert farmer is super simple, but you gotta be precise. Step 1, moderation is the golden rule. Can't stress that enough. Step 2, this is not a daily thing. 2, maybe 3 times a week is perfect. And finally, step 3, you just mix a small amount into their feed or their water. That sweet smell alone acts as a powerful appetite stimulant.
And please, this is a crucial warning. Too much molasses will cause diarrhea, and that completely defeats the purpose. The goal is not to soak their feed. You just want it barely damp, just enough to release that amazing, enticing aroma and help all that nutritious dust from the feed stick to the grains instead of settling at the bottom of the feeder.
So when you follow that method, what can you actually expect to see in your own flock? Let's get to the good part, the concrete results.
I mean, visually, the story couldn't be clearer. This chart just shows a dramatic jump in both the number of eggs and the quality of those eggs. It's the direct payoff for understanding and using this simple, natural secret. And what that actually looks like in your own coop is, well, it's consistent laying, even from some of your older hens who might have slowed down. It means no more of those disappointing small or deformed shells. And maybe most importantly, you'll have a flock that is visibly, obviously healthy and happy. They're active, alert, they've got bright combs and glossy feathers. That right there is the real reward.
You know, this all brings me to one final thought. The search for better flock health can lead us down a rabbit hole of expensive products and really complicated routines. But what if nature's most powerful secrets aren't complex at all? What if they're actually the simplest ones? Simple, honest, and have been waiting there, right in the earth, all along?